Hello and welcome to another video. I'm back today with the Abominable Book Club March edition. So I kind of got confused. It's like the second time I've started to record this video because I was thinking it was April. I mean, it is currently April, but this was kind of like late coming out. And I thought that this particular package was the one that had the sprayed edge hardback that they've been hyping on about for a little while, which means that we only get like one new book instead of two. And I thought that was this one, but no, that's next month. So because I held that up and I thought, well, there's definitely two new books there, so I was kind of confused about what was going on. So I've still not had a look at what these books are, so we are going to find that out now. So we've got a hardback and a paperback. Go for the hardback first. And we have At Dark I Become Loathsome by Eric LaRocca. We've had a few books by Eric LaRocca in the Abominable Book Club. I have read one novel by him, which I wasn't that crazy about, but I've not read anything else, so maybe it was just that one that I didn't like. But we're going to have a look and see what it says inside. If you're reading this, you've likely thought that the world would be a better place without you. A single line of text glowing in the darkness of the internet, written by Ashley Lutin, who has often thought that, and worse, in the years since his wife died and his young son disappeared. But the peace of the grave is not for Ashley. It's for those he can help. Ashley Lutin has constructed a peculiar ritual for those who desire to die, is at war with their yearning to live a better life. No, I read that wrong. Ashley Lutin has constructed a particular ritual for those whose desire to die is at war with their yearning to live a better life. Struggling to overcome his never-ending grief, one night Ashley connects with Jinx, who spins a tale both revolting and fascinating. This begins a relationship that traps the men in a tightening spiral of painful revelations where long-hidden secrets are dragged, kicking and screaming into the light. Only through pain can we find healing. Only through death can we find life. Okay, that sounds interesting. Like I said, not read anything by this guy that I've liked so far, but I have only read one thing, so you know, maybe this one will be decent. So let's have a look at the paperback book. And this is David Barnett's Gutless Cove, seaside idyll with horror at its heart. You want to focus for me? I'm going to read it out anyway. Gutless Cove is a working village in Cornwall where life has gone on uninterrupted for centuries until it was discovered by the rich. Now the harbourfront cottages have been snapped up by second homers, and the locals can barely afford to live in their own town. It is a very different place for Merrin Moon, returning for the first time in 12 years after the death of her mother, for there are forces at play in the village that she never could have imagined. Something old and terrible is awakening beneath the town's hallowed ground, and with it comes a horror that the residents have fought for generations to keep a secret. Okay, sounds interesting. Literally, gentrification is awakening an old evil. Yeah, sure. Sounds odd, but yeah. That does sound something that I would enjoy. So yeah, I will get around to that at some point. So let's have a look what else we've got here. So we have a couple of bookmarks and a lot of bits of paper. Let's put these down a second. Okay. So first off, we have the short story on the bookmark, which I'm not going to read out. But you can pause if it will focus. Camera doesn't want to play today. Guess I'm reading it out. Have you ever experienced sleep paralysis? I have, more than most, I think. It's been going on since I turned 18. The day I turned 18, actually. Huh, I never actually realized that. See, every night I dream about a man, always the same man, with his neatly trimmed shock of white hair and blue eyes. He's clean shaven, with enormous dimples that spread across his cheekbones when he smiles. He smiles a lot. His teeth are long and thin, even the ones at the front. I always found that strange. He comes into my room at 3:30 a.m. on the dot, sets his briefcase down next to the bed and kneels over me. He doesn't do anything, he just talks. Talks and talks and talks. I think he likes hearing his own voice. He tells me things. He tells me things that are going to happen. He told me once that my girlfriend was cheating, and he was right. I broke up with her and she moved to London, just like he said she would. He tells me how and when I'm going to die, that sort of thing, you know. I know the man is real. I don't know anything about him, but I know that he's real. I'm hiding behind the latte machine in the cafe where I work, writing all this down on this scrap of paper, because I don't have any time left. I don't know who will find my note or my body, but I hope it helps explain things. I have to go back to work now. The man from my nightmares is next in line. He's hiding his face behind the woman at the till, but I can see his dimples. Okay, cool little story. Like I said, I don't usually read those out, but the camera does not want to focus today. So I ought to get like a better lighting setup than it would. That's why these videos kind of look a bit grainy. But we have another bookmark. Eric LaRocca. And showing some more of his books on the back. And we also have signed book plate. For who will that be for? David Scarlett. Was that his name? David Barnett even. So yeah, that'll be David Barnett. We have another one, which I'm assuming is Eric LaRocca. Which it is. And then we have a little note. And I'm not reading all this out, so here's hoping it focuses. Come on. There we go. So if you want to pause that and read that, you can. There we go. So yeah, two decent looking books there, in terms of the new books. Now let's see if the second-hand book is something that I have, or if it's a thriller that I don't want. So it is paperback. Can I get into this without scissors? Because I didn't think to get them out. Yes, okay. So, moment of truth. I don't have it. Elizabeth is missing. How do you solve a mystery when you can't remember the clues? It's a thriller, isn't it? Says, Maud is forgetful. She makes a cup of tea and doesn't remember to drink it. She goes to the shops and forgets why she went. Sometimes her home is unrecognizable, or her daughter Helen seems a total stranger. But there's one thing Maud is sure of. Her friend Elizabeth is missing. A note in her pocket tells her so. And no matter who tells her to stop going on about it, to leave it alone, to shut up, Maud will get to the bottom of it. Because somewhere in Maud's damaged mind lies the answer to an unsolved 70-year-old mystery, one everyone has forgotten about, everyone except Maud. So I've said that I'm not generally into thrillers. That one actually sounds pretty interesting. I'm not gonna lie, that one does sound quite interesting. So I'm not like super mad about that. I will probably keep this and read it. Apparently it won a Costa Book Award. I didn't know Costa gave book awards, but apparently they do. And this won one in 2014. So cool, I guess. But yeah, I'll keep that one. But please stop sending me thrillers, Abominable. I'd rather have horror stuff, but yeah, they keep sending me these thrillers. But yeah, that is everything for this video. Next month is going to be the one that has the sprayed edge hardback. We're only getting one new book, so we will see what that is and see if I like give a shit about the sprayed edge hardback. Which I don't care about the sprayed edge, but hopefully it's like a really interesting book, which will kind of like make up for that. But we'll see. So that was everything for today. If you enjoyed this video, please click like, comment and subscribe, and I will see you next time.